Hello everyone, welcome to Abhith Siksha. Since tumalukor half yearly exams ahi ase, so ami Abhith Siksha falor pora tumalukor syllabus or uporot mane junkhini half yearly exams ot ahibo hekhini syllabus opot base kori ami MCQ series eta loi ahisu. So aji ami lecture 1 to cover korim, thik ase, aru aji ami lecture 1 ot ki kuntu chapter opot korim partition of Bengal and Swadeshi movement. He movement opot ami ketaman MCQs try korim. So let's begin today's session. So, during whose reign did the partition of Bengal take place? Now, monot asene tumaluke etu chapter pohute partition of Bengal, right? Partition of Bengal took place during the reign of Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon, he was the viceroy when the partition of Bengal took place. So, the British government decided to divide the vast Bengal province, of Bengal into East and West Bengal, and then Eastern Bengal, the eastern part of Bengal would be merged or united with Assam. So the partition of Bengal, it took place during the reign of Lord Curzon. He was the viceroy. All right. Now, what name was to be given to the United Eastern Bengal and Assam? So just now moi kolu, the British government decided to divide the vast Bengal province into West and East Bengal, and that East Bengal would be merged with Assam, right? And the new province would be called Eastern Bengal and Assam. First question to answer whole Lord Curzon or time out partition of Bengal hoisile aru East Bengal aru Ahomok notun province to nam ki hobo Eastern Bengal and Assam. What was to be the capital of this new province? Also, it was decided that the capital of this new province would be now Dhaka. Dhaka as in aji present date kot ase Bangladesh ase. So it was decided that the capital would be now in Dhaka. So first to ki hobo Lord Curzon. It was during the reign of Lord Curzon the partition of Bengal took place. What name was to be given to United Eastern Bengal and Assam? Eastern Bengal and Assam hoy answer to. Okay. Then what was to be the capital of this new province? Dhaka. Name the article that created sensation among the people during the Swadeshi movement. So the British, they decided to divide the vast Bengal province into West and then East Bengal, right? And then the Eastern Bengal would be united, would be merged with Assam, and the name of the new province would be Eastern Bengal and Assam. So it was a threat to Hindu-Muslim unity. It was also a threat to the identity of the Bengalis. This decision taken by the British. So many people, the people of Bengal, the Bengalis, they started protesting against this decision taken by the government. They started carrying out hartals, they started carrying out protest, okay, as a sign of dissatisfaction against this decision. They also boycotted foreign goods, mane British goods, and they opt for local products. Swadeshi movement, they organized Swadeshi movement, Swadeshi as in Nijor, local, self, okay, that from now on we will boycott foreign goods, British goods, and we will start using local products, handmade products. Ami nije bostu produce kori heya bostu he ami use korim. We will no longer use foreign goods. So Swadeshi movement was organized as a sign of protest against the British government. Also, many articles, many journals, many magazines were also launched, were published, where many articles were written in those magazines je tat kisuman enikwa contents publish kora hoisile je jetia manu hokole he contents khini poribo, then the feeling of nationalistic consciousness and patriotism would be awakened aru teolukeo homane Swadeshi movement or jogdan dibo, and then they would equally participate in the Swadeshi movement. So enikwa eta article that created sensation among the people was Bangar Sarbanash, and then it was published in the journal. It was published in the journal Sanjeevani. Okay, name the article that created sensation among the people during the Swadeshi movement. Bangar Sarbanash. The name of the article was Bangar Sarbanash, and it was published in the journal Sanjeevani. Name the college the students of which actively participated in the Swadeshi movement and called for boycotting British goods. So this decision was strongly opposed by the people, and then they started boycotting British goods. They started carrying out hartals, meetings, protest as a sign of discontentment. Okay, they started boycotting British goods, foreign goods, and then they started opting for local goods. They also started publishing articles, magazines, journals, where many such articles and contents were written that would awaken the feeling of patriotism and nationalistic consciousness among the people. Okay, so students hokoleo homane participate korisile. The Swadeshi movement was actively participated by the students, by the youth, by the energetic youth. They boycotted their educational institutions as a sign of protest against the British government. The students, they boycotted, they left their classes, they walked out of their classes. The students, the youth, they walked out of their classes, they boycotted their educational institutions and joined the hartal. They started organizing protests, they started organizing hartals, they started organizing meetings. Okay, so this movement was equally participated by the youth, by the students. So eniko ekhon college যাৰ ষ্টুডেন্টছে এক্টিভলি পাৰ্টিচিপেট কৰিছিল, সেই কলেজখনৰ নাম হ'ল ৰিপন কলেজ, যাক সুৰেন্দ্ৰনাথ কলেজ বুলিও কোৱা যায়। ৰিপন কলেজ অৰ সুৰেন্দ্ৰনাথ কলেজ, who laid the foundation stone of Federal Hall as a symbol of unity and heritage of Bengal. So there was a man named Ananda Mohan Bose. Ananda Mohan Bose, he was the president of the Indian National Congress of the Madras session. He laid the foundation stone of Federal Hall as a symbol of unity. Okay, and he called upon every person of Bengal to participate in this movement against the British. He called upon every person to participate in this movement against the British. Hokolo manu ulai ahile, movement to join korile, aru they could hear the slogan Vande Mataram. Okay, everywhere hokol manu ulai ahile aru Vande Mataram slogan to gai they started protesting. All right, so who laid the foundation stone? Ananda Mohan Bose. Next, who were Lal Bal Pal? Lal Bal Pal, trio to hunisa sage. So this movement was initially organized in Bengal and the center was in Bengal, but the movement started spreading to the other parts of India. Okay, the movement started gaining momentum and it started spreading to the other parts of India, to South India, to Maharashtra. Okay, and in other parts of India also this movement was widely spread by leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, okay, Lala Lajpat Rai, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Bipin Chandra Pal. So Lal Bal Pal ami kakko Lala Lajpat Rai, okay, then Bal Gangadhar Tilak kami ko Bipin Chandra Pal. Name a few places written on the background of Swadeshi movement. So মই অলপ সময় আগতে কলো বহুত articles, journals, magazines publish কৰা হৈছিলে as a sign of protest, and that would awaken the feeling of nationalistic consciousness and patriotism among the people. So এনেকুৱা বহুত কিছুমান dramas, বহুত plays ও লিখা হৈছিলে. Okay, dramas and plays, আৰু সেই dramas আৰু plays ৰ subject matter to কি হয়? The voice of dissatisfaction, the voice of protest against the British. Eniko kisuman subjects loi dramas or plays likha hoisile that would awaken the spirit of consciousness, nationalistic consciousness and patriotism among the people. Teniko kekhonman plays or naam hol Palashir Prayachitta, Mir Kasim, okay, Sirajuddollah, and then Sabash Bengali. Palashir Prayachitta, Mir Kasim, Sirajuddollah, and then Sabash Bengali. Now, who called the University of Calcutta as the House of Slaves? Who called the University of Calcutta as the House of Slaves? So, the people, they started organizing Swadeshi movement, right? They started boycotting educational institutions of the British, right? They also started organizing national schools established kora hoisile. So Satish Chandra Mukherjee, he was the editor of the journal Dawn. Satish Chandra Mukherjee, he was the editor of the journal Dawn. He called the University of Calcutta as the House of Slaves. He called the University of Calcutta as the House of Slaves. Next, how many schools, how many secondary schools and national primary schools were established during the Swadeshi movement? 62 national schools and 3,000 primary schools were established during the Swadeshi movement. That means British educational institutions or British schools boycott kora hoisile, tar pisot national schools, right? National schools established kora hoisile. So 62 খন secondary schools and 3,000 খন primary schools established kora hoisile. Name one prominent female leader of the Swadeshi movement. Now this movement against the British that was started initially by the people of Bengal, and that spread and that later on spread to the other parts of India, right? Now this movement was also actively participated by the youth. The students, they boycotted their educational institutions, they walked out of their classes as a sign of protest against the British. Aru ei movement on ami women or participation homane dekhibo paisu. The women also actively participated in this movement. So one such prominent figure who actively participated in this movement and who also inspired the other women to participate, to join in this movement, and who also encouraged the youth to join this movement was Sarla Devi Chaudhurini. Sarla Devi Chaudhurini, okay, Sarla Devi Chaudhurini. Now name the magazine edited by Sarla Devi Chaudhurini that prepared the youth force of Bengal to plunge into the national movement. So just now koiso, she not only inspired the women to join this movement, but she also encouraged the youth to join this national movement. So enekwa ekhon magazine teo edit korisile that would inspire the people everywhere. The name of the magazine was Bharati, okay, Bharati. Then from where is the quote? The Bengal women are the most obstinate and most dangerous antagonist of the English. So the women also actively participated in this movement. One such prominent figure was Sarla Devi Chaudhurini. The participation of movement was so energetic, okay? The movement led by the women was so energetic that the British government was bound to publish this quote: the Bengal women are the most obstinate and the most dangerous antagonist of the English. Aru a quote to quote publish kora hoisile the Daily Telegraph of London. The Daily Telegraph publish kora hoisile quote to, thik ase. Who established the Swadeshi Bhandar? So this movement was against the British, right? Swadeshi movement mane ki to boycott foreign goods and to start using local products. So after the arrival of the British, India jonbo horu local industries like handicraft industries e hok ba cottage industries e hok, he tenekwa dhoroner horu local industries bilakor ami downfall dekha paisilu, as a result of which Indian economy ro downfall hoisile. And then this British, they started bringing their cheap foreign textiles, and then they started selling this material to the people of India at a higher price. But now Swadeshi movement or pisot, as a result of the Swadeshi movement, the people, they boycotted foreign goods, and then they thought that from now on we will start our own business, our own commercial industries, our own textile industries, okay? So enekwa ekhon textile industry naam asal Swadeshi Bhandar. Enekwa ekhon textile industry naam asile Swadeshi Bhandar, and it was established by Rabindranath Tagore. It was established by Rabindranath Tagore. Name the women from Tagore's family who started Lakshmi Bhandar. So and of women, a prominent figure from Tagore's family june Lakshmi Bhandar established korisile, she was Sarla Devi, okay? She was Sarla Devi. Then which British administrator helped in the formation of Muslim League 1906? So it was Lord Minto. He was the viceroy. Lord Curzon's successor আছিল Lord Minto. Prothomote to Lord Curzon's time partition of Bengal hoisile, their successor asile Lord Minto. He, under his reign, the formation of the Muslim League took place in 1906. Who urged every leader to give up and return the post and honors offered by the British government? So মই অলপ আগতে বাল গংগাধৰ তিলক বিপিন চন্দ্ৰ পাল দেন গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোখলে লালা লাজপত ৰায় এনেকুৱা কেইজনমান প্ৰমিনেন্ট ফিগাৰ্ছৰ নাম কৈছিলোঁ who actively led the Swadeshi movement. So as a sign of protest, many such people, many such leaders also gave up the titles and the post and various privileges that the British government had bestowed on them. So এনেকুৱা এজন ব্যক্তি যোনে বেলেগকো কৈছিলে যে since we are now against the British, let's return all the titles, posts and honors that have been bestowed on us by them. So who urged every leader to do this? Bipin Chandra Pal. Okay, Bipin Chandra Pal. Next, which leader returned the knighthood title to the British immediately? So বিপিন চন্দ্ৰ পালে আৰ্জ কৰিছিলে আৰু তাৰ পিছতে গোপাল কৃষ্ণ গোখলে he returned his knighthood title. Mention the two incidents that played a role in attracting the women of India to join the mass movement. So a few minutes back I told you that the women also actively participated. Women as in Sarla Devi Chaudhary, she was a prominent figure, no doubt, but then many common women, many women who remained inside the kitchen, tenekwa dhoroner common মহিলা সকলেও they actively participated in this movement. আৰু এনেকুৱা দুটা ইনসিডেন্টস হৈছিলে that inspired them to join the movement was first the execution of Prafulla Chaki. The execution of Prafulla Chaki executioner দিনাখন every kitchen was remained closed in every house was remained closed, and then the women spend their day by morning. Okay, every kitchen in every house was remained closed, and then the women spend their day by morning. Also, the editor of the magazine called Yugantar, Bhupendranath Datta, he was tortured. So his mother with other women, they started joining they joined this movement, and then they led their protest against the British. So the torture of Bhupendranath Datta also inspired the women to actively participate, to actively join this movement. And his mother, instead of weeping or instead of mourning, she led the other women to join this movement against the British. Okay, under whose initiative was Bangla Lakshi cotton mill established. So the people started organizing their own business, right? They started their own business, and then they started their own cottage industries, textile industries, their shops and so on. So Swadeshi Bhandar Rabindranath Tagore established korisil, Lakshi Bhandar Sarla Devi organized korisile. So under whose initiative was Banga Lakshi cotton mill established? Under the initiative of Nil Ratan Sarkar. So with this I wind up the MCQ series of this lecture. আমি সোনকালে নেক্সট চেপ্টাৰটোৰ ওপৰত এটা MCQ সিৰিজ লৈ আহিম. Till then, thank you.